Hello there, you're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, for TVS News at 5. Let us begin with our top story. A bigger Gabungan Party Sarawak GPS representation of MPs in Parliament will provide a stronger voice for Sarawak to defend and demand its rights. This can be achieved if Sarawakians give their full support to GPS in all the 31 parliamentary seats in the coming 15 general election, including winning back lost seats in the last general election.
Sarawak United People's Party SUPP President Dr. Sim Kui Hian said the GE15 should be used as a platform to show how powerful Sarawak is.
This is, a chance for Sarawak to show that we are united, we are so powerful, right? That why was it so powerful? All the entire year powerful, West Malaysia even more powerful than you. Now is a time in which if we are powerful, then we can get whatever all to us. You know, for so many years we cannot get that. Now we are getting it. If you look at it closely, we never had Sarawak Coast Guard. You know, we never have Sarawak own office in Singapore. We never had Petroleum Sarawak. Tonight, Petroleum Sarawak, only 5 years after it started, it's a $1 billion company. And this $1 billion company means what? It's 100% Sarawak government, 100% every Sarawakian.
He pointed out that Sarawakians must continue to support the ongoing efforts made by GPS government, which have reaped several successes lately. Commenting further, Dr. Sim said this will be an ongoing effort by the ruling coalition on reclaiming the state's rights as enshrined in the Malaysia Agreement 1963 or MA63.
With the Election Commission EC to decide on key dates for the 15th general election on Thursday, October 20th in Putrajaya, much speculation arises regarding nomination and polling dates among voters. Dr. Sim reiterated that the general election has to be held within 60 days from October 10, the date the parliament was dissolved. Dr. Sim said whichever dates are decided, it should not be a deterrent, instead be used as an opportunity for whichever party to do their best for the GE15.
As such, Dr. Sim pointed out that there should be no speculations on nomination dates and assured voters to wait patiently to cast their votes.
None of us, like the rest of us, can only guessing. And what we know is they probably, by law, what requiring is even the nomination by law, after the nomination date, by law you need to be 10 days. So minimum 10 days, but it can be longer. After the tomorrow, right, our SPR decide, by law, they must have X number of days before allowed nomination. That one we know. So the rest, right, we wait for tomorrow lah. Because it's so soon, otherwise there's no point to speculate. What we know is within 60 days, it must have an election, you know. And so we are coming. Because dissolved on the 10th, on the 20th, the SPR's bincang, and then with that, then they will have a date for nomination. They will have a date for undi.
He said this during an interview on Malaysia Decides on TVS on Wednesday, October 19. When asked about SUPP's aspirations for the next 3 to 5 years, Dr. Sim answered that his party and GPS are in line. Rather than being just SUPP's policy, it will be under GPS's policy.
SUPP alone not powerful enough because SUPP, even winning all the parliamentary seats, only 7 seats, but we need the 31 seats to go with us so that instead of just SUPP philosophy, is GPS philosophy.
Dr. Sim continued by saying GPS knows what issues to prioritize to benefit its people.
We need every Sarawakian to work together with us because the political party cannot do it by itself. You know, just like yes, our premier can say, okay, I approve this project, producing hydrogen next year, 1,500 engineers. That was depending on everybody had to buy in, you know. And so what we want is, we are very clear, by 2030, there's no question that Sarawak is #1 GDP, most prosperous in Malaysia. Number two, Sarawak will share all the resources inclusive. And that's why we start our sovereign fund. You know, and then Sarawak will be environmentally sustainable, so that we contribute to the world.
Thus, he urged Sarawakians to work together with the state government to realize the vision set to be a developed state by 2030.
Sarawak United People's Party (SUPP) has finalised its list of candidates to contest in its traditionally seats. Its president, Datuk Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian, remains silent on the names and said that the list will be forwarded to the Gabungan Parti Sarawak GPS chairman, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg. SUPP is expected to field candidates for GPS in Bandar Kuching, Stampin, Serian, Serikei, Sibu, Lanang and Miri in this 15th general election.
We are close to finalizing. Premier will call everyone, because after tomorrow, then we know when is a nomination. You cannot have no candidates. I mean, now it's too many candidates. You do not know which one to be the chosen candidates. Of course, I am very happy to be in this situation. From SPP side, we have finalized, but we need our chairman of the GPS to finalize it, because he is only one under the SPR to have the authority to issue the Watika. You know, because the rest of us, right, don't have the authority to issue the Watika.
The nature of social media allows users to receive quick content even in real time and easily broadcast to target groups and audiences. Therefore, contesting parties in GE15 need to improve on their social media strategies, as it is now a vital feature in winning the election.
Senior Fellow of the National Council of Professors, Dr. Janeri Amir, said that political leaders have to accept that in this digital democratic era, new media is an important tool to win votes. With the influx of voters who are 18 years old and are tech-savvy, political parties have to strengthen their social media presence. He continued by saying that interactive content that is easy to understand would appeal well to the youth. Janeri also admitted that using such a medium would also invite slander and rumors and spread of fake news to undermine their political rivals. Thus, he warned that candidates and parties should be on the alert and take immediate action to counter any untoward allegations with facts and data. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, most candidates during the state election in Malaysia have opted to use online methods and social media to promote themselves in November last year.
Welcome back. The Prime Minister, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, said that the public must choose to vote based on the budget that has been presented over the empty promises of a manifesto. He said that the 2023 budget is a promise that can and will be implemented financially as the allocation is available to be of use.
The Prime Minister continued on saying that the budget cannot be cheated and that everything that was presented has been carefully studied. He further added that the manifesto can promise all kinds of things and that is just a promise and nothing more, as the budget has the allocation needed for implementation but only needs the approval to get started. Ismail said this before officiating the Keluarga Malaysia Urban Community Strengthening Program on Wednesday. Also present at the program are Minister of Housing and Local Government Datuk Seri Rizal Merican Nainam Merican, Minister of Higher Education Datuk Seri Dr. Noraini Ahmad, and Minister of Rural Development Datuk Seri Mahzir Khalid.
US President Joe Biden, under pressure of a high inflation, sought to mobilize his left-leaning base on Tuesday by promising to sign a law to codify abortion rights in January if Democrats control the legislature next year. Biden's Democrats could lose control of the House of Representatives and possibly the Senate too in the November elections. The president is trying to rally the party and its supporters around abortion rights, which were sharply curtailed by the Supreme Court's decision nearly 4 months ago to overturn the landmark of Roe v. Wade ruling.
I want to repeat it again. The only sure way to stop these extremist laws that are put in jeopardy women's health and rights is for Congress to pass a law. And I've said before, the court got Roe right nearly 50 years ago, and I believe Congress should codify Roe once and for all. Right now, we're short a handful of votes. If you care about the right to choose, then you got to vote. That's why in these midterm elections are so critical to elect more Democratic senators to the United States Senate and more Democrats to keep control of the House of Representatives. And folks, if we do that, here's the promise I make to you and the American people. The first bill that I will send to the Congress will be to codify Roe v. Wade. And when Congress passes it, I'll sign it in January, 50 years after Roe was first decided the law of the land.
During his remarks, the president also cited a part of the Supreme Court ruling that said women are not without electoral or political power, suggesting they could mobilize and elect lawmakers to guarantee abortion rights. Democrats currently have a slim majority in the House and control the 50-50 Senate through Vice President Kamala Harris's ability to cast tie-breaking votes. Passing such a bill could be difficult, even if Democrats hold onto their slim Senate majority, as that chamber's rules require 60 of the 100 senators to agree on most legislation.
TVS new reality program Getaran Jiwa will be broadcasted live starting this Friday, 21st of October. Don't forget to watch the show every Friday, beginning with the Debaran Jiwa capsule at 7:30 p.m, followed by Getaran Jiwa live concert at 8:45 p.m. The public is also invited to catch the concert live at MBKS Stadium, Bintawa. For more information, follow Getaran Jiwa's social media at linktree/GetaranG. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. Just head on to our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. Those were the updates on TVS News at 5. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching.